Blue Protocol Japan has just launched and you're playing, but everything is in Japanese, so you're a little bit lost and you need some help. Well, don't worry, I got you. In this video, I'm going to be showing you everything that you need to know to get started so that you understand. And we're not going to even extend this intro here. We're just going to get right into it. Just don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. And of course, come hang out with me on Twitch because I'm literally streaming this game every day on that platform. So getting right into this, the first thing that we need to lay out here is the basic structure of progression, which is tied into your level right here and tied into your item level right here. You can see it, mine is 1050. This is important to know because you are going to be progressing and leveling up, and you are going to be progressing and gearing up by increasing this. Now, this number is increased via your weapon and your other gear pieces, which are called imagines in this game. And that is via here. You have 2 equipable battle imagines. These are skills that you're using. We call these battle imagines, and you've got 2 of these. Let's just call them equipable imagines, imagines. Okay, these are like your passive stat sticks that you're equipping. You have 5 slots here and 2 slots here. Upgrading these pieces as well as your weapon is going to upgrade your eye level. As you can see, these imagines have levels. This is level 15, level 10, level 10, level 10, and you're just going to continually craft higher level imagines, which is going to increase your eye level. Pretty self-explanatory there, pretty basic system. So how do you actually craft these imagines? Well, you need to craft them by unlocking their recipes and gathering their mats, all of which you do via the adventure boards. With that said, the first thing that you need to understand is your main story quest line here. And this is pretty self-explanatory. This unlocks content. Do it. Now, this is not going to actually give you any gear. The way you're going to get gear is by completing your adventure boards. These are your adventure boards. Now, within these boards, we have 2 different types of boards. Well, we have more than 2, but let's categorize them as 2. You've got these right here. You can see this little emblem crest-like thing. These are your adventure rank boards, okay? When you start in this game, you have an adventure rank. And in order to get more boards and let's just say unlock content and progress your character, you need to upgrade your adventure rank. So this is separate from your actual level. This one right here is your adventure rank 5 board, and this right here represents the direct path to finish the actual board. You do not have to do these side ones, they're optional, but you do need to do these in line to complete the final challenge. Once I complete this board, these are the rewards I'm going to get. I'm going to get 40k experience and these things right here. In order to increase your adventure rank, you're going to need to go to the adventure rank officer, let's just call her, in the main city. I'm right here. You can take this middle port, and she is in this little guild hall here, and she's the NPC to the left. So once you finish that board, you're going to go to this character here, talk to her, and then you're going to upgrade your adventure ranking right here. As you can see, I'm going to go from 4 to 5, and that is going to give me an additional board and start the next one. Now, you will be introduced to this by just simply doing your main story quest line in the very beginning, and you will be introduced to this very early. Now, when it comes to the other boards, you have your weapon boards and you have your imagine boards. Now, these shapes that you see here represent the slot that they can be equipped in. Triangle can only go into triangle, for example. Now, it's also important to know that these boards aren't going to give you the items or weapons or imagines directly. They are going to give you the either recipes or the mats, the crafting mats, in order to obtain these imagines at the crafting station, which I'll go over next. Let's take this imagine for example. Now, of course, you can complete the board by just going straight into this after you complete this, but you do want to pay attention to some of these side tasks here because these are the actual mats. So when we look at this one in particular, if I put my cursor over this little icon, you're going to see that this is the name of this actual item, but it is in Japanese. And this is going to tell you what you need to do in order to obtain these. So I've translated this, and I usually do this via Yandex. I know there's a lot of other methods that you can use, and you can see that in order to get this to get these mats and complete this little task in this board, you need to subdue goblin warriors at the foot of the calm mountain. So you're gonna have to kill monsters at the foot of the calm mountain And in this particular sense, that is located in this area right here. This is the foot of the god of the calm mountain, and I can translate this as well by and I use Yandex to actually do this. If I were to copy paste this, we're going to translate this, and you can see this is at the foot of the mountain. Now I have pretty much memorized a lot of these names because I've played a lot of hours in the beta test, but that's pretty much the process that you're going to be going through in order to figure out where you're going, because these adventure board tasks don't really tell you exactly where to go other than what's written here. I mean, it's pretty obvious they do tell you where to go, but most of us don't speak Japanese or can read Japanese, so it can be kind of difficult. Okay, so to quickly summarize this, we've got your adventure boards, you have your adventure rank boards, and then you have your gear boards. And your gear boards, your imagine and weapon boards, these boards will give you mats and recipes to craft your gear and your upgrades, which will increase your item level, which you will need because most of the content in this game is gated via eye level, not so much the level right here. So crafting is really important. I've done the boards. Where do I actually go and upgrade my gear? Well, when you go to the main city, I'm going to show you exactly where to go. Now, I'm not going to show you where to go for the weapon one, because the weapon one is in this area right here, and the quest line will take you directly to this place, so you guys should know where that is. But the battle imagines here can be a little bit more confusing. Battle imagines and equipable imagines. So I'm just going to take you and walk you through this over here. Okay, so this is in this area right here, and I'm going to talk to this guy. And once I talk to him, I have two options. I have B and E, battle imagine and equipable imagine. So let's go and click on the equipable imagine here. And here are your options. Now, when you unlock the recipes, you will unlock them here. You will see them here. If you don't see them here, it means you haven't unlocked the recipe. When we select this imagine, for example, you can see that this one right here is a level 5 imagine. This one is a level 10. So even though they are going in the same slot, this is a higher level one. Always prioritize the higher level one. And if you have a higher level one, no need to put a lower level one, especially when you're going and progressing through in the early game, because again, you're gated by eye level. Maybe later on, some of the lower level ones are more powerful, but for now, you want to just continue using the highest level ones. This little window right here is showing you what mats you need. You can see that I'm 5 short of this mat right here. Now, if we were to look at the first mat in particular, you're going to see that I have 3 out of 3 of these. In order for me to figure out where I actually get these outside of the board, this right here, if I hover my mouse over this, this will tell me where this is actually located. So if I were to translate this, you can see that it is to kill goblin warriors at the calm of the foot in that area that I mentioned before. There's no point in actually farming this though, because, well, the adventure board is going, if you complete that task, you're just going to get this actual mat, and it will give you enough mats to craft the actual imagine, because remember, we are looking at this specific imagine board. We see this right here. We go back to the imagine board. We can see that imagine right here. And these are the mats. This board will give you the mats required to actually craft that mat. When it comes to the battle imagines, same thing applies. These also require mats, and you're just going to have to figure out where these mats are, match them up. And a lot of these mats are the same mats from the equipable imagines, and you're going to start seeing some of these mats show up in not only your boards, but also sometimes in your quests, which is the next subject, the side quests, these quests right here. Now, some of these quests are worth doing in the early game. Some of them are not worth doing. These are the rewards that you're going to get. You get experience, you get Luna, which is your currency, and this one is a board, and this is a recipe. So you're definitely going to want to do this side quest. If we look at this one also gives it. This one gives a mat. So you're going to have to take a look at some of the imagines that you want and match up the names here. Maybe you need this specific mat to craft a specific imagine. So you're going to have to figure that out and see if it's worth doing. General rule of thumb, I would recommend simply doing the side quests that give you boards and recipes. The reason why I recommend that is because the majority of your imagines, you're going to get the mats that you need from their respective boards. When it comes to the side quests here, you're going to get a lot of side quests, and trying to complete all of them can really hold you back. So just do what you need. I would, again, focus on the ones that give you recipes and boards, because that's going to unlock more things that you can complete to increase your character's power. I'm going to conclude this video by giving you 5 important tips that you should definitely know that will 100% help you as a new player. Number 1, locked boards. Okay, this is going to potentially save you a lot of time. When you click on these boards, this is not apparent because it's in Japanese. You're going to see that this is in green. There are only so many boards that you can actively have and complete at a time. Meaning, if I uncheck this and it's grayed out, that means whatever I do, even if I'm completing the tasks for this, I'm not going to get credit. Make sure this is selected, and you can see some of these are not selected because there's only so many that you can have active. The other thing is that I can select whether I want to track this on my HUD. I can only track one board at a time when it comes to the HUD. If this is selected, those tasks are found right here. You see the menu to the right below my camera. There it is right there. It's the red one specifically. The blue one, these are your main story quests and your side quests. And the next one right here, if you cycle through this, these are your crafted mats that you can track. When I go and talk to this NPC, let's say I want to track this specific, let's just say I want to track a battle imagine right here, because this doesn't have a board. Well, if I click this button right here, you can see that there's a little pink icon that shows up. And if I hit escape and I go here, if I go to the 4th tab, I can now track it. I've selected this battle imagine right here. I select that. Now that is going to be shown right here, and it's easier for me to track. This is also a very nice quality of life feature that will definitely save you some time. Next thing that I want to tell you guys, I get asked this a lot, is when do you get your mount? You get your mount on your adventure board 4, your adventure rank 4 board. You can get it once you complete that board. In addition to this, when it comes to some of these imagines, you can get them to drop without crafting them by killing mobs / field bosses in the open world. So that's also something to consider. Be sure to frequently check if you've gotten any upgrades from monsters or field bosses by just clicking on this, because sometimes it's not apparent. Again, we're playing in a different language, in Japanese, so definitely check that out as well. The next thing is in relation to dungeons. We're going to go to the dungeon menu here. Now, when you complete this in the game, you're going to be able to consume a ticket to receive double the rewards. So when you complete it, you're going to get these rewards here, but then you're going to see the same exact rewards right below it. I'm not in a dungeon right now, so I can't show you the exact menu, but you'll see it. You're going to see something at the bottom, and then you will have an option. You'll have 2 selected options, one to the left and one to the right, that will ask you if you want to consume a ticket to receive double the rewards for that dungeon. And it's set by yes by default. Okay, so make sure you select the right option, which is no, especially in the early game. Of course, if you want the double rewards, then go ahead and select yes, but you are consuming these tickets by doing so. That also may not be apparent for a lot of you guys that are playing, since it's in Japanese. Last thing that we're going to go over is related to the side quests, and this is kind of an order of operations thing here. I would highly recommend not doing your side quests, or not doing the side quests that just give experience, until you reach this zone right here. And the reason why, and I've learned this through a lot of hours in the beta test, is because some of these side quests, you can see that they give kind of shitty experience. This one gives 1,000. This side quest here, some of these side quests that I'm picking up in the later region, gives you 13,000 experience. This is when leveling gets even faster, and you will get to this area roughly around probably somewhere between level 12 to 17, depending on your progression route and how much time you're taking. Usually around level 15 is when you're going to get to that zone. So I would just highly recommend focusing on just the side quests that give you, again, the recipes and the boards, and ignoring the majority of them unless you need a specific map until you reach that next zone, or the zone that I just specified, because those just give you significantly more experience. That's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully that was clear enough. I'm kind of rushing this video because I don't have time. I need to stream right now to actually play. So I'm going to quickly cut this up, have it uploaded on YouTube. Going to direct all my viewers to watch it, and hopefully that helps you as well. Guys, if you have any other questions, just come ask me on Twitch. Join our community. We've got a great English-speaking community. A lot of people that are playing on the JP servers. We've got a couple of guilds going, all English-speaking guilds on the JP server as well. Come join us. The Discord link is in the description below, and my Twitch link in the description below as well. I'll see you guys in the next video.